Hey everybody, welcome back. Northernlion plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. The sushi was delicious, thank you for asking. That's neither here nor there. Look at this weirdness. 90 NT 4SN0. Hear me out here. Little Hierophant card right up there. Look at this tiny man. I was almost sad to eviscerate him from this world, but speed's okay. Rate of fire is okay. Damage, I honestly think I gotta have like my own little Council of Nicaea. Previously for years, our measure of what has been good for damage on an Eden starting run was 3.5. We've had so many 2.X's lately that I really feel like we gotta revise it and say, you know, 3.5 might be above average at this point. I don't know, it, again, could be a bad clump of variance, like when, I know it sounds like a Spanish pasta. But a bad clump of variance is not something that gives you a nasty case of gastroenteritis. It's actually something that gives you a diminished chance of winning the run. It also deceives you into thinking that the starting conditions are better than they are, or worse than they are, I suppose. So yeah, you know, maybe from now on, 3.2. Let's start with a minor little change there. 3.2 is our new damage is decent indicator. So the one thing I will say is battery plus razor is a nonsensical combination. We're not Blue Baby, so it's completely believable that we can get some red hearts and make the razor work for us, in which case the razor actually, especially with some sort of hear me out here. Swallowed Penny, not Swallowed Penny, Bloody Penny, the razor, all of a sudden, you're doing some great work. You're very likely to be in a good spot. I still prefer the razor over the poop here for certain. What else have we got? Well, it's pretty simple. Virgo, which is unlikely to be anything but a good parody of U2's magnum opus Vertigo for us in this episode. Probably a second secret room. Let's look for an Eternal Heart. That would be really useful for us early. 3 Spirit Hearts. Also very good. I think... Oh, please, this would be an amazing small rock. It's still good. Still real good, actually. I don't know if I've ever seen this room before. What a strange room. I think I will probably fight the angel statue. It's one of those things where it's like, why wouldn't you, right? Like, it's not a chore. Fighting the angel statue's okay. We'll leave the... Please. We'll leave the, please. Please stop. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, we made... That was a mess. Still got one spider up here as well. There we go. Only the spider's eyes don't allow it to see around corners or something. Okay, before we leave this floor, going down, I'm gonna try one of these on for size. I know we could definitely make that walk, but might as well see. Is it worth it? Nah, one of them's good enough. We're almost the size of the original dude that we were making fun of earlier. I gotta think about it, because one bomb... Ooh, that's pretty nice. One bomb is really useful for helping us fight that angel statue. I'm gonna blow it up. We got the nickel, so now I'm gonna come down. I know we need to play the 3 Skull Monty, but come in here and see if you can get something decent. Oh, dude, hear me out here. Converter, normally kind of a garbage item, or at least suboptimal. In our current situation, I love it. Because we can get so much damage out of the razor just by doing exactly what we did right there. I actually think, like, might as well try something like that on for size. We got an extra bomb back. Now, what would the IAA say about this situation? I think that the IAA would say, hey, come in here. Tomo wants to leave. Goodbye, Tomo. You gotta let your cat out, of course. That's extremely in keeping with the IAA regulations. If you don't have to use Razor against this guy, don't use Razor. It's an unnecessary conundrum, and it actually takes away a little bit of your ability to use the Razor, potentially, depending on what your HP looks like when you fight the angels. Now, you might be saying the IAA the Isaac Administration Agency, designed to protect the safety of all Isaac runs worldwide, but particularly within a domicile. It's a 6-foot by 4-foot office in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It's going to compromise Zane. No, there are Zane safeguards in place, okay? You don't have to worry about that. You ain't even got an axe, is what I mean. So I'm going to blow you up. I'm going to take out one of the... Oh, we got invincibility from Virgo. We're going to take out one of the blue fires, and it ended up working out real nice for us. Not a ton of invincibility, but keep in mind, you know, when you're fighting an angel statue on floor 1, you're a little bit under-equipped right out of the gate. So to have one blue fire that can do a little bit of the damage for you, or in, as the case might be right here, a lot of the damage for you, is an advisable situation. Look at these dodges, dude. I'm on point right now. This doesn't happen that often. You on point, egg? All the time, chat. You on point, egg? All the time, chat. What do we got? Verp. That is a one makes you small pill. Not that useful. Now with store credit, we could buy the gift and basically get a free item from the shop. But it's not necessary to me. I think I'd rather buy a good item from the shop than buy a random item from the shop. Or we could carry the gift with us, but then we would lose out on the razor blade, and I don't really want to lose out on the razor blade, which, to be quite honest with you, is actually going to be really useful on some rooms here. I think our best course of action is avoiding using the razor blade until we have a surplus of HP on the level, and just accepting that, hey, this is our damage. And then when we get... Oh, it sucked. When we get to particularly difficult rooms, that's where we go, okay, now's the time. Like this room. And it actually saved me from taking a hit I was going to take anyway, apparently. On this room, use the luxury of the razor. One day you may encounter a situation where you have the ability to use the razor productively, but that time has not yet occurred. Old Bandage would be a nice synergy for us, now that I think about it, actually. I think, as of right now, we'll start losing Spirit Hearts, so we are looking for a Red Heart to show up. Didn't even look at our luck stat, but honestly, I think I overrate luck. Like, I don't think it has as much of an influence on the average run as I've been inclined to believe lately. I was gonna say led to believe, but it was really like, who led me to believe it? Me. Pretty much something I have to blame myself for in the whole scheme of things. So let's go back. Once we finish this room, we'll go to the shop. Has the potential to be an extremely important floor within the optics of our run. This is what I don't get, okay? Spiders, no eyeballs in this game. They seek you out. Poops have eyeballs. Just go about, you know, flaunting their business. Going willy-nilly like. I don't understand it. Explain this to me, Tyrone. It's an immersion-breaking, unplayable mistake. Embarrassing. We can make a lot of secret rooms work here. This is a good one. I was kind of hoping for a room full of red hearts, but hey, we actually might have accomplished our goal regardless. IAAA says no need to push these into the TNT barrels. It's a needless risk. Just go to the commissary, pick up extra bombs as necessary, fill out a T-1000 form, and they'll hook you right up. Alright. Generally speaking, this is like my dessert. After finishing the entree of a floor, I have the dessert of being able to use the razor blade. Kill the boss slightly quicker. Dessert always is strange to me. I didn't eat much dessert as a child. Maybe I missed out on this, okay? I know dessert is popular the world over. It's not that I dislike sweet things, even though I generally prefer salty things to sweet things for the most part, as is in keeping with my personality. But I always thought it was weird that some people frame dessert as as a reward for finishing dinner. Yo, dinner is its own reward. Ooh, I don't know if I should have done that, but dinner is your reward for finishing a hard day, and also, you know, for acknowledging the fact that you're a living human being who requires caloric sustenance in order to survive, you know? It's not like if you don't work, you don't get dinner. That's a ridiculous caricature of what I'm all about. However, dinner by itself is already nice. You know, you do something good and go out for a nice dinner. You know, it's a very common sort of reward system. Dessert, I'm not saying it's a punishment, but it's like you get 2 rewards? I don't think so. Where's you know, what's next? Especially if you have an appetizer along with it. It's too many courses, dude. Anytime I have a course, like a fixed course series of meals, wait, this is not the way to describe that. It's not common here to have, like, you know, a 4-course dinner. Except for, like, insanely special occasions, really. I'm always like, get rid of that dessert course. And you know what? I'm not saying give me a second entree, because that's not equivalent. But instead of making me choose between a soup and a salad, give me the soup and the salad. I would love them. I would rather have, like, a butternut squash soup over a, you know, parfait any day of the week. I very rarely willfully order dessert. Sometimes a dessert espresso. Mostly, I mean, I like coffee. If you have a large meal, a little bit of a pick-me-up afterwards is not the worst thing in the world. And it makes me feel sophisticated. Ooh, I'll have your finest vanilla ice cream. Ooh, I'll have an espresso, please. People are like, this guy's important. He must be... Are you from Italy? No. I'm just a business person. Let me handle my business, Schmerson. Alright, I'm just gonna sack a Spirit Heart. Insanely worth it. Exceptionally worth it. However you want to describe it, okay? It's early in the day. I've been recording a lot. Brain's starting to lose that English language module a little faster than usual. So damage is better. It took us 11 minutes to get through the first 2 floors. That is not IAA approved. That's like IAA is embarrassed. They don't even want to talk to me anymore, but that's all right. I invented them, so I can, you know, bring them back or phase them out as I choose based on how it serves the narrative of the bits here. Tears Up, lovely. And actually, I'm glad that we got that Tears upgrade because I was thinking I was going to talk about how our run had improved over the first 2 floors, as I often do. And I was going to say it has improved, but it hasn't improved a drastic amount. But honestly, getting a +2 rate of fire, well, again, -2. Improving our rate of fire by 2. Very nice. Worth, maybe not quite as much as picking up the mark, but still worth a lot. And the poison bombs, when I see the poison bombs, I don't see poison bombs. I see freedom. They represent freedom to me. The freedom to have another couple of floors without having to rely on exclusively our tiers to deal some damage. I think that's, you know, that's worth a lot, potentially at least. You might as well go in here while we have the invincibility. This could be worth something. It was not. It was, okay. Just in a different way than expected. 1/2 red heart allows us to get in there a little cheaper, but it's okay. It's kind of what the next thing on the list... Wow, that was an amazingly lucky get there. It's kind of what the next thing on our list is some way to replenish our red hearts. Certainly we can't guarantee it, but I'd like to see it. Where did this Eternal Heart come from? I thought I only saw a Spirit Heart. I was clearly incorrect. I think we've been playing... Oh, okay. Until that exact moment when I stepped on the thing thinking I had not stepped on the thing, we were playing okay. Now we're letting it slip a little. This is a tough one. I gotta level with you. I'm gonna go Crystal Ball. There's a couple of reasons for that. One of them is that I actually don't know if the Razor Blade on this floor would remove our Eternal Heart. And the Eternal Heart's not worth a ton, but it's worth more than a one-time damage up. I used to hate the Razor Blade as an item. I used to think it was, like, untakeable. That's ignorant, to be honest. Like, the item is good. It's only situationally good. And in situations in which it's not situationally good, it's terrible. But there's enough of a use case for it that it's not fair to write it off completely. You know, it used to be the case, you know, maybe there were 40 spacebar items in Isaac. You could afford to have the luxury of being like, it's good, but it's not always good, so I'm not going to take it. I mean, why would I take that when Blue Candle exists? Now that there's 8,000 spacebar items in the game, you got to be a little bit more situationally aware. Like, could this work for me here? Even stuff like the pause button, as we've seen, can be a game winner in the right circumstances. Okay, pop the devil card. hope against hope you get a deal with the devil that you do deserve, if I'm being honest. You don't mathematically deserve it, but on merit and performance, I think we deserve a stab at a devil or angel deal. Keep in mind, we fought that angel statue earlier. I'll accept this. Range upgrade is not worth a ton, but the damage is... On my legs and my arms for you, damages. Hot, hot heat. They're still known, right? They still play that song on the radio here. Now, they are a Vancouver local band, but... Come on. I might be separating us by age group here. If you were cool in 2003, you knew about Hot, Hot Heat. Are they still... They're still cool. They're hip. They're with it. How's Wolf Parade doing? Give me PhD. We've been seeing a lot of pills. Is that one makes you small? That's now become a power pill? Verp. What was our other pill? Infested. Still, even though we didn't get anything marked out of that, it's a positive step for us and therefore for the world. So we've seen our shop, we've seen our item room, we can get the heck out of town. I always get a little hesitant about that when I've got a Curse of the Big question mark in the top right corner, but that's okay. I've stopped calling these curses by their normal names. Curse of the Bad Map, that's what we got. Curse of the Where Are We? That's when you teleport room to room. Curse of the How Much HP Do I Have? Curse of the What Item Is This? And the Curse of Oh No, It's Slightly Dim. That's my favorite. Curse of the Bad Shader. Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. Power Pill... I don't know, I thought I should be doing damage with that, but apparently not. I thought for a chance to get... For 5 chances to get something out of a mushroom, that seemed like the right play for me personally there, but things happen. Do we have any curse on this floor? No curse at all. Curse of the Blessed. And this is why it wasn't really a tough call between Razor and Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball is just so versatile, you know? The fact that it... Ugh, not amazing, but the fact that it can work as a map and then also as a way for us to replenish our HP, or even like get cards that can be useful in a variety of situations. I'm for it. If you'll forgive me, there's not a whole lot left for us on this floor. Now, IAA rules do state you should go to every room when you're... Especially if you have things like the PhD, you should go to every room, but hey, are you gonna narc on me? I mean, I know the dude who runs the IAA, so trust me when I say it's cool. He'll forgive me. And this is... Every floor, you know, it's like the life of every celebrity, you know? I'm sure there was like a big break moment for them in there. No. Where they're like, you know, this is where things change for me. It's when I auditioned for Simon Cowell in Philadelphia, and all of a sudden now I've got one #3 single on the Billboard Hot 200 and then fade away into obscurity forever. This is our moment here, and to be honest with you, it's kind of trash. I will take Shade, but I think I'm just going to head downwards now. I was really hoping good deal with the Devil and a good deal with the Devil item from the Fallen. Instead, we got an okay deal with the Devil item from the Fallen. And, sadly, kind of a trash tier deal with the Devil. I've been revising. I think it's been a good time for a refactoring of the way I play Isaac, because I've had some runs that have died under, you know, circumstances that I think me a year and a half ago would have been like, why'd you do that? So why would I take Whore of Babylon? Well, in my head, I'm like, take Whore of Babylon, then if we get Guppy's Paw, you get a nice little statistical bonus, but what are the odds of us actually using Whore of Babylon versus the odds that it takes 1 HP and we get nothing out of it? Now, admittedly, that's not a fair comparison, because in what realm of the possibility is it that we take Whore of Babylon, do nothing with it, but then we end up losing because we had 1 HP too little? Usually when we lose, you're charting that loss for a long time. But who knows, you know? Maybe the next room had something incredible in it if you just lived a little longer. I hate your creep. Like, I thought your creep only slowed, but I don't think that that's the case. We're not doing a great job of playing the... Maybe it's the... I don't know. We're not doing a great job of playing the the Three Skull Monty 100 times, by the way, but perhaps one day. Perhaps one day. Anyway, this run's good. Even though we haven't gotten exactly what we need. Oh, amazing. I'd probably like to take that to leave, because it could be worth an item, really. Theoretically, it could be worth even more, but let's not, you know, go crazy here. I mean, that might be worth taking a little Spirit Hard hit. That's a Tinted Rock, I guess. It might be worth taking a little Spirit Hard hit to get a golden heart, and then maybe even lose that and use 2 of diamonds. Like, it's certainly a bit of an unusual way to glean an item out of a situation, but you never know, right? Now, do you ever jump, or, you know, when you're on this room, do you just stay still? Because I know what I would prefer. You're certainly being very annoying. You're doing a bang-up job of that. Dead Tooth is actually doing a surprising amount of work for us. When it shows up, I'm happy. He does jump. I'm begging you. Don't give me a deal with the Angel. We don't have the bombs necessary to do it yet. No deal with the Devil either. But a rate of fire increase, yeah, I mean it's worth something. None of those are hidden, huh? Hey. Y'all, that's not bad. Alright, hear me out. $0.08. Okay, I'm gonna go back, because we used High Priestess anyway. We don't have to pop it on this floor. We're gonna quickly go grab this. This is a little IAA, you know... Let me put it this way. It's a Commander James T. Kirk Kobayashi Maru sort of situation. It's like an unorthodox way to extract a little bit of value, and it's probably overly dangerous. Expected yield is probably a little lower than, you know, the Whore of Babylon, which costs us even less, yet at the same time, it's kind of cool. There's a little coolness protocol in the IAA, the Isaac Administration Agency, that, you know, it leaves a little factor that's like, hey, style points. It's like a good dungeon master. You know, the rule of cool applies. And the dude abides. Should probably stop walking into enemies without having an orbital active. It's not doing us any favors. Wonder if there's a build where you could make shade work. Because, like, whenever I have it, I'm always like, there it is. And that's the end of the story. You know, it's not like there's a punchline coming. It's just the item is so that you really just find yourself kind of being like, it's all right. I'm not sad that it's there. I wonder if there's some kind of synergy. I'm running it through my brainstorm right now to see, you know, if I can come up with anything. And I can't really. I imagine BFF helps out, I think. Sometimes they apply strangely, but... What do you have? One makes you small. I hate that one makes you small and one makes you large are both in the good pill pool. Because I dispute, really, that either of those are good. I would say neither of those are really worth the investment. But hey, you know, what do I know? What I do know is that I have a really good chance of... You know, this is exactly the same as our last, like 2 floors ago. This is our floor that could change our run completely. You know, it could take it into the big leagues. This could be our big break. We're not going to fight the Fallen, but we got a good chance at a deal. And we got an arcade. We got an item room, and we'll probably have the money to take advantage of our shop. We might even get a chance to unlock Counterfeit Penny. I love a lot of this. So I'll tell you what, we're going to start here. Because I am, like, #1 concern is always going to be, can we win this run? And can we win it in, like, a fun way, if possible? Now that we have the money, I'm going to double up, and I'm going to start playing these guys. And all of a sudden, we gave up a Spirit Heart to get, you know, something along the lines of 35 extra cents, which is pretty useful. That manifests itself in the form of little chests, and then we're going to start playing this guy as well, knowing that with Virgo, we actually run a pretty good chance of getting some invincibility, at which point we'll go hard here. I gotta admit, if we had not done our play for that golden chest, sorry, golden heart, would we have ever gotten an arcade here to begin with? You gotta start to think, you know, we owe that one nifty play, thanks to the IAA coming in and saying, hey, you probably want to touch that. Here we are, potentially getting a little closer to 1,001%. Picked up 2 items that are not too amazing, but, oh no, picked up 3 items, one of which was HP plus speed. Can I just get a room with like 10 of these guys so we can finish this once and for all? Smart, real smart. Well, in my head, I'm like, we should leave instead of spending our whole lifetime dealing with this guy. But it's not a good way to think about things. Unfortunately. Because we're going to have to give this guy 100 plays to begin with. That's like 5 minutes straight. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 5 minutes, 3 Mississippi times 100. Obviously, we have some like in the past that we've already done, but just got to accept this is one of the shining aspects of game design here. Nifty little secret to unlock a trinket that, if I'm being honest, is actually pretty good. Can't be mad about that, but it's kind of like a little too much. The great injustice would be if I've actually unlocked it and I just never realized it. Which could be the case, but we'll know pretty quickly after this episode's done, I'm sure. They'll be like, on episode 470, you picked it up. This might be episode 470. Now that I think about it. I don't know how many times I've played you, but we're getting up there. We've only been in here for like 2 minutes. So it's probably, especially considering we played the arcade, the Judgment, and the Demon Judgment, probably look at a maximum of like 20 times, but in my brain, it feels like it's not 20 times. It feels like it's 200 times. Get out of here. Oh, we've done it. People, they get the impression sometimes that I'm a very impatient person. And this is 50% true. I'll level with you. It is 50% true. I get impatient about some things. Somebody's telling me a story and they take like 12 detours, I get very frustrated, and it's a personal flaw. Someone's telling me a story and they're like, oh, you know, I saw Jennifer today, and you know, you remember she was the one with the husband who worked at KPMG, and then, oh, do you remember KPMG? They were like blah blah. I'm like, I don't even know what track we're on in this story anymore. Get back to the original. I could be more polite about it, there's no question about that, but I'm actually like I'm fairly patient. Like, people think, when I flipped the table in Catan on the NLSS a few weeks ago, people were like, oh, there goes NL's 20-second attention span. I can sit down and focus for like hours and hours at a time. How do you think I'm able to play the same game for 3,500 hours, you know? It's because I'm able to, I find a zen state within my own being that allows me to find it therapeutic there, or meditative there even, but, please. I am getting a little impatient with this. Just when I feel like my time is being wasted. And admittedly, feeling like your time is being wasted by people taking slow turns in Catan is very immature. But feeling wasted by putting 100 cents into this garbage machine is a little bit of a different story, in my personal opinion. I don't know. Oh, literally, my subconscious brain was like, it's time to go. And you know what? I think it's right. Let's get out of here. Okay. So I don't know, maybe next floor we'll be hit with a note that's like, you unlock counterfeit penny, but probably not. But at least we certainly got a lot closer. You know, we must have inched like 30 plays closer right there, so it's time to get back to playing, you know, the part of the game that actually is enjoyable. Oh, you mean the enjoyable part of the game for you isn't just walking into a slot machine over and over and seeing if you get more digital rewards than digital punishment? Nah, it's not my scene. I'll take left hand, but it pains me. A little bit, at least. Because... oh, no, we can take both, because we got, what's it called? You know what it's called. Polydactyl. No, we got belly button, but similar difference. So we can hold both. Dead Tooth has been okay for us. I don't want to see it go, like, for something minor. But left hand is not minor. It's relatively major palm to ground control. Even just like the occasional poison shot. I'm not even worried about the tooth shot, which is nice, but may again scale with luck. I'm not sure. But just the poison damage, sadly, is a marked improvement. Tears up. There we go. So we're probably only able to take one more of those before we hit the cap. But you know what? We got 15 poison bombs. Yeah, I already told you. Poison bombs don't represent... I don't see poison bombs when I look at them. I see freedom. I see a little bit of extra time before our run is in a truly dire circumstance. Lil Chubb doesn't help out as much as I'd like. So this is an IAA violation. We definitely should have taken more options first. But now we'll take Nightlight and grab that and then spend your money. Might as well take a pill. Do we remember this one? I'm drowsy. It's pretty good. And Dim Bulb, I don't know. A stat bonus once every 6 rooms versus like the ever-present possibility of getting a small bonus from your shots. I'd rather get the small bonus from the shots and not worry about using the crystal ball effectively. Just use it whenever it shows up. My 2 cents. Did Navi find anything here? You know, I got enough bombs. I'm not going to wait for you. You tell me. Ah, now you're making a beeline. G-Lai, B-Lai, Pete Rad, Gumai Kandai. I think now we could probably say Hairpin can go. And we're sticking with the left hand. It's not a sign of disrespect to Dead Tooth, which I have disrespected in the past, thought it was kind of a useless trinket. On a run here, it proved itself a little bit more useful. I got a new respect for some of these items that previously I may have considered a little, you know, underpowered. Once you lose a couple of runs, you start to realize, hey, you know, I should be nicer. I'm not the king of the castle anymore. I'm the court jester. Let's make friends with the cook. Get a new perspective on life. Now, I don't love a 30-minute and 30-second run to Mom. Ooh, this could be big. Take it. We have to. I think, like, to get the chance to fight Mega Satan is good. And then, like, keep in mind, Holy Water's not great, but it's Holy Water or... it's Holy Water or a 1/3 progress towards Bookworm. And honestly, it's a tougher choice than I'd like to get into. We don't need a world card. We should stick with the Drowsy. I was just thinking, like, man, the world card would be really good, but it's not. We already have a map. We don't need a world card. Grab it. Get the heck out of town. Keep I'm Drowsy. I don't know what you're going to do with it. You pop it against Mega Satan and have an easy life, maybe. If you live that long. Which it looks like I would suggest we probably will. Wouldn't mind getting, you lived? Wouldn't mind getting some damage improvements, but I'm not going to be too picky about it. The run started nicely enough that I'm not in a horrible position, just in a not-so-amazing position. And we know we're not going to use our money ever again, because we're already, like, living in a post-Hush universe with our timeline here, so just a single luck upgrade, or maybe later money equals power will show up. You know, yeah. Always look on the bright side of coins. Do-do, 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 do-do. Even on a daily, they can slightly increment your points. Do-do, 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 do-do. Help. There we go. Farting baby. Kinda trash. I'm gonna take it anyway. Because we have that in common. No, you aggroed on punching bag. Get out of there. Excuse me, Tyrone. Where was my poison damage on Chubb? I don't... We could probably pick up our pill. Like, We could do this, is what I mean. That was terrible to stand there, but I started, as the walls closed in on me, I was like, well, I don't want to move closer to the walls, even if it could have put me in a gap. Don't stand there. I think we're using our bombs for bad reasons here. We're using our bombs out of a sense of impatience. It's never a good look. Alright, we're free. Stick with I'm drowsy. The Fool card, not relevant. Not yet, anyway. No. It's alright, we got them to go through our holy water. The ace in the hole. Lee water. Oh, I haven't seen this room for about 14 microseconds. Endless Nameless is just okay. I don't need you, okay? Wait, what? I already know where things are. Show me, like, black markets. We got HP we can spend right now. We got health to burn. Wow, I was like, this guy's gonna give me an extra second. He's gonna be nice about it. Suppose we should have killed those guys last to get the Spirit Heart. That's an IAA violation of protocol, but life goes on. Okay, so I'm really relying on you giving me a deal with the devil. No bombs! Come on, I miss with every single chub shot. There we go. No deal with the devil. And it's tempting, dude. It's tempting to take that pony, but I can't say no to mapping HP and cards. Like, just too good. Now, fortunately, I used my charge, and with the battery, I definitely should not have used it. There's no probably involved. I definitely should not have used it. Maybe you'll drop a battery. Told you. Okay. This is a pretty bad room for us. But, you know, the proper little circular anti-aggro technique with a little punching bag, my best friend accoutrement thrown on top. Look at that. We've danced ourselves into an okay situation that we squandered. So we get a bomb. We know where we're going. I would re-roll the whole run. I wouldn't mind. I think we can win with this run, but would never say no to picking up a little extra potentiality. Was it, yeah, last run we saw like a full run reroll. Did amazing work for us. Took us from like a 7 out of 10 run, which was not bad, to probably a 10 out of 10 run that, to be honest with you, if I hadn't given up going to Delirium for Lent, I might have considered going a little further on, but I think it's a wise decision to stop doing Delirium. I think, like, not doing Delirium adds like 10 years to my window of being able to play Isaac without actually losing my whole friggin' mind. Grab this real quick. Spirit Hearts, I love it. And you know what? I think we should actually go fight the mini-boss. This is gonna hurt most of the time. Just one. There we go. One's dead. Not the mini-boss I'm looking for, but we're a little bomb light right now. Not in a position to be saying no, and of course it always gets us a little closer towards our next, our next charge. As does that, actually. I don't want to use a bomb for that. Like, I know we're getting a charge on the boss anyway. HP's fine. I want to get this stone chest to give us a damage doubler. Gave us Bob's Rotten Head, which I used to kill an enemy slightly slower than I would have killed it if I had just used my own tears in all likelihood. But hey, dude, variety is the spice of life. You're still alive, huh? Left ear, steppers. Right ear. I don't know if the game actually has stereo sound. Now, admittedly, kind of do want to go to the curse room, but at a cost of 2 Spirit Hearts and being so far away from any kind of viable guppy dream sort of situation, I wouldn't necessarily recommended at the present moment. I think we just... Might seem a little lame, but I think we just walk this one in. You know, we're not weak enough to have a good excuse to die. Not useful, unfortunately. But not really strong enough to wing it and be like, if we lose some HP, it doesn't matter. I think it very much matters. Remember, we can afford to use our bombs. We didn't get one key piece, we got two. We got the first one on, like, the first floor because I'm, you know, invoking the Zane article of the annual general meeting of the IAA. I'm going to stop the IAA bit in a couple of videos, but for now I'm enjoying it. Gives me a faux adversary to work against. That's what we needed, actually, is AWAS to give us a, like a black market. It's actually extremely not great that these guys keep aggroing the other dude. Well, I was gonna do something with Hagalaz, but whatever. You take Black Rune or I'm Drowsy? Honestly, we've been holding on to I'm Drowsy for a long time, so my temptation was, let's go I'm Drowsy, because we got this, like, stored momentum, but Black Rune is way better. Like, I'm not wrong on this run, right? Like, our stats are good, but they've stalled. The run is fine. It's made up predominantly of, like, a bunch of 6 out of 10 items. There's no, like, standout 10 out of 10 necessarily. Crystal Ball might be the 10 out of 10. We're gonna try to change that. You tried to hide that?
Infested?
Hey! You got to hide your pillow away. Technically, the right thing to do is probably not to come into the room immediately, because we can get another charge just by doing one more room, but I ain't about that kind of lifestyle. Okay, so this, oh, that's not great, but this would be a great opportunity for me to get a deal with the devil or a deal with the angel with some power associated with it. Like, no more of these trash holy water Bible choices. Like, give me something a little bit more prodigious. I don't want to brag, but did you see me place that bomb when Chubb was like a micrometer away from me? That's my new prefix, just get used to it. I'm going to be saying micro a lot. We got lucky. We got lucky we didn't get hit, and we got lucky that we got this. Oh, okay, so it's great. We'll go up. Not amazing because we don't have an orbital, but I'm gonna stop. I feel like if I go on a tangent about how Holy Mantle's not necessarily that good, I'm probably gonna start making some enemies. Because it's probably like the best defensive item in the game. Especially if you have like literally any HP to back it up. Or an orbital. Who said that? Voice of things I wish I could say. I don't think another... Like, I don't think a secondary Holy Mantle enabler actually matters. If anything, it probably seems to just take up a trinket slot and not really do anything after that. Well, slowly but surely, taking out one of the 15 enemies at a time. There we go. A luck upgrade. That's a name I've not heard for a long time. What I would like to see now is, honestly, if we get a great damage card, I might just go fight Mega Satan right away. Otherwise, I'll probably look around for a bit. I want Black Rune to be able to give us a statistical bonus. The thing is, with Black Rune, you don't get to choose that. If you get trash items, Black Rune's a huge blessing. If you get great items, you're probably gonna die or win with it in your inventory. We should do one more room. Normally, I'm not this kind of guy. Amazing. That would have been a good room to use Hagalaz on right there. But how do we know? We don't. That's the thing. It's that uncertainty that makes the game tick. Lying in its hard, Osborne. I've been trying to work on my Willem Dafoe impression. I think, like, Generation that grew up with Spider-Man. You know, they're just slightly younger than I am, like 2 days younger than I am. So, Harry. Wait, it goes the other way. Peter, don't tell Harry. How's that? Better or worse than the Frasier impression? Give it to me straight. Pheromones? What do we got? Yeah, this is what we want. Okay. Use this. Not bad. You got this? Don't use it. You'd like to have some ability, if possible, to at least know where the Mega Satan... Or you should know where the Mega Satan fight is. Where the Blue Baby fight is, in case things go terribly wrong. So, I'm using Farting Baby to give me a decent degree of protection. And so far, it's working out, although we did lose our first Holy Mantle. Well, we lost Holy Mantle for the first time. Please don't get much closer. Please don't shoot so close to me. Your minions, quite boorish. I'd like them to frig off. In the original song, Sting sings of Nabokov. Many times we've done this bit, and I standing to my guns. If you want to make parodies, this is the easiest one. Kind of cheated on the syllables a little bit there. Even Isaac is like, you got here, and you're not like, it's not a train wreck run. You're on me at 44 minutes. Game time, 47 minutes almost, recording time. And you're not like cheesed off. It's been okay. Couple of minutes on the arcade we can shave off the top, but apart from that, it's just been like, you know, it's been slow going, but not necessarily bad. Not everything has to be, you know, deep fried. Sometimes you can put it in a pressure cooker. Maybe. Ooh, and that's a stretch. We shouldn't have kept the left hand, I'll tell you that much. Common problem, huh? Yeah, okay, so we screwed that one up real bad. We still do it. Left hand was not worth taking, by the way. Stick with this. Okay. We got 3.48 luck. What does that mean? That means we want to do some rooms. Get some items. Crystal ball payouts. I think we could beat Mega Satan, but I'd much rather, at least, if we could even go in there with like a devil card, it would make me a lot happier. An orbital would make clearing the rest of the floor so much easier. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so we got a luck and a speed upgrade. We found a good reason to use Black Rune there. And the luck, you know, hopefully it gets paid forward. The speed is fine. Not essential, but certainly not going to look down on it. We could use the Hourglass to slow parts of the Mega Satan fight down, but it's not that strong. It's an item we would probably rather bring into that fight. You know, to be honest, I think we'd actually rather bring in Crystal Ball. Get a charge or a card immediately. Okay, stop taking damage. This is it's gonna burn you in the end. That's why we want, oh, and we failed. I was like, we want to kill Lust so we can get the virus, but the virus is probably good for, you know, some demon hearts. I can feel like my morale getting sapped on this run. It's time to kick it into high gear. Doesn't need to be Mom's Knife, doesn't need to be Brimstone. I know what you're thinking, Glass Cannon, Holy Mantle. I know what you're thinking. I'd like to get a respawn before I try it. Will you allow me that? Because it recharges over time. It's not like one a room, if I remember. And I have been using it more lately. I still think it's horrible. Like, I think I don't think Glass Cannon exists to actually be used. I think it exists to be picked up, but because my brain is broken from an Isaac standpoint, I'm like, how can I make... something's wrong with me for not thinking this item's at least a 6 out of 10, so how do we make it work? Joker? Ace of Diamonds. What a ripoff. How do you feel about that? And I'm just like, I'm hitting the snooze button, dude. Like, the fact that it's taking us so long to kill these guys is making me want to Well, not record any more Isaac runs today, that's for sure. Just give me like a little DPS. We've been doing so much IAA certified steps to make today's run a little bit more zany, and just getting hit with crickets on the regular. The gate, why you only dying after 300 shots? Could you give me an item? It'd help a lot. I got a pittance of DPS and I die because of it. Doesn't work at all. But, you know, my street cred has now gone up about 1%. Oh, no kidding. It's nice of, wait, what? It's telling me where the secret room is that I already found. Thank you so much for your help. Okay, I got a 10 out of 10 placement. You noticed that? We didn't even lose Holy Mantle from standing there. I'm not asking for Sack Dagger, okay? Just give me Unorbital, Guardian Angel, Big Fly, or Big Fan. Man. Well, I think we have a method to our madness here. What does it boil down to? I really think what we should do is go all the way to the Blue Baby fight, and then we'll make our call there. I'm actually less confident than I've been in the past that we've got a guaranteed Mega Satan win here. So I'd rather take the W, like, straight off the top, if possible. Because this run's just, it's giving me... It's like I'm going to the deli. Credit card does nothing for us either. I'm going to the deli, and I'm saying, hey, give me some soup. And they dip the ladle into the big soup pot. But, you know, they're not dipping it all the way in and scraping the bottom to pick up the denser ingredients like grilled chicken. You know, carrots and other root vegetables that are quite fibrous. Instead, they're just giving me a little scoopful of broth and, like, you know, onion shavings off the top. Yo, I'm not paying $6.50 for this soup. Give me a bottom scrape, okay? I'm gonna have to use a Groupon as a result of the fact that you're giving me this level of service here. This is based on a true story. There's a soup and salad and sandwich chain in Vancouver. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a local business called Subway. D1. Not what we need yet, but if we get something we like in the future, we'll be happy to do this. No, it's not. I'm not going to name it, but if you live in the area, you can relate to the story. It's not like I'm trying to out him or something, but Kate loves it. I'm like 50-50. What normally happens is if I'm going to a location and I'm like, here's what I want for lunch, I'll go get it, and on the way back, I'll grab her a stew. And then it's like a win-win, right? I get to eat a porchetta sandwich, and she gets something substantially better for her as a favor. And it's like a, you know, everybody's happy. But anyway, at the soup place, sometimes you get a great ladle. You know, it's got a nice amount of chicken and chickpeas and, you know, just enough broth that you're like, hey, this is, you know, wet food, but I'm not just paying for water or stock. I know a lot of people are very broth, they favor broth, but I'm just saying it's not everybody's cup of tea. Or cup of broth. That's not a good joke, and you should feel bad. Gonna hit you? That was pretty solid. I think we should also come back here and probably just use this on the D1 and hope for a damage upgrade or see. Hey, there you go, speed plus damage. Still pretty not great, but we're working on it. But anyway, sometimes you get a terrible scoop. When I was there the last time, there was like an older businessman behind me, and he was like, I'll take the chicken stew. And I got one special request, and I was like, oh, here we go, gluten-free, I'm allergic to salt, you know, what's coming up? And he said, make sure you scrape the bottom of the bowl so I can get some chicken, because that's where the chicken's hiding. And I went, this dude is my idol. First off, I didn't know you could just ask for a high-quality scoop. I thought you were just beholden to whatever scoop the scoop gods decided to give you. And some days you get some days you pay the scoop tax, and some days you get a scoop refund, you know? It's like getting McNugget sauces at McDonald's. Sometimes you're gonna not get what you asked for, and sometimes you're gonna get double. They're just gonna throw in a handful, you know? I didn't realize you could dictate it. I always check my McDonald's orders now, but I never check the sauces, because for me it's, you know, sauce is a bonus, but I'm just happy to be eating food for 6-year-olds in the first place. You know, I'm not going to ask too many questions. But the sauce is not always working out for us lately. Getting severely undersauced. It wouldn't bother me so much if the oversaucing happened as regularly as the undersaucing. I would take it as that's life. Sometimes you win the sauce lottery, sometimes you lose. But to be honest, I'm only losing the sauce lottery on the regular. I gotta start checking the sauces in the store, looking like some kind of weirdo who wants to get what he paid for. So I'm just gonna level with you. I'm finished the run as soon as we kill Blue Baby. I would like to have fought Mega Satan, considering, you know, we set up for that Mega Satan fight a long time ago, but I'm not gonna, you know, ruin the run just to do it. Because it's just not that strong. And there's like, I think I've been guilty of feeding into this idea that fighting Hush is innately zany. Fighting Mega Satan's innately zany. There's a level of zane to it, but the level of zane is compromised when it's just like, hey, my run is like a completely normal 5 out of 10, and I'm just gonna punish myself. So I'll apologize. I'm not gonna say, you know, no regrets, but we did everything we could on this run, within my power at least, to make this one work. You ever think about the implications of farting baby? It farts on you when you fall in love with it? A little strange, right? I mean, anything goes on the internet, but yo, what a push on those shots as well. Is like even better than Butterbean, which is also terrible, but okay, you're dusted, right? The dusting has begun and is now complete. I don't even see your HP anymore. Just get me in there. No, I'm not. Stop giving me delirium on these runs, okay? You give me a great run, I'll consider it. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.